You're going to sleep?
Hmm.
You do realise they're coming back to torture and execute us any minute?
Exactly. So it might be the last sleep we get for a while.
Tell me the story.
Thought you wanted to burn all my stories.
Tell me the one about the green little pig. Don't want to burn that one. Tell me that one.
Can't remember how it goes.
Oh, come on, Cat. You remember. First word's once. Second word's upon. I think the third word's a. And the fourth word, what is that fourth word?
You're a little smart ass, aren't you?
Oh, time.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, there was a little pig who was different from all the other pigs around him.
He was great.
Are you telling this story or am I?
Sorry, you. Fingers on lips.
Yes, he was different from all the other pigs because he was bright green, almost like glow-in-the-dark green.
Glow in the dark green, like in the railway tunnels.
Yes.
Nice.
Now, are we interrupting or are we listening and sleeping?
Listening and sleeping.
Good. Now this little pig, he really liked being green. He liked being a bit peculiar and a little bit different. But all the other pigs around him didn't like him being green though. They were jealous of him and they bullied him and they made his life a misery.
Miserable.
And all this complaining just aggravated the farmers.
Aggravated? What's aggravated?
It means it got on their nerves.
Ah, got it.
It got on the nerves of the farmers and they thought, we'd better do something about this. So one night, when all the pigs were out sleeping in the open fields, they crept out and snatched up the little green pig and took him back to the barn.
Bastards.
And when they got him back to the barn, they opened up this big pot of this very special pink paint and dunked him in it until there was no green on it left on him. And what was so special about this pink paint was that it could never be washed off and it could never be painted over. And the little pig cried, "Please God, please don't let them make me like all the rest. I'm happy being a little bit peculiar."
I'm happy being a little bit peculiar, he said to God.
And then as he went outside, all the other pigs were laughing at him. And so he sat down in his favourite patch of grass and cried to himself. And he tried to understand why God wouldn't answer his prayers. Then, that night, as all the pigs lay sleeping, these strange storm clouds came over. And it started to rain. Softly at first, but then it got heavier and heavier and heavier. And what was so special about this rain was that it was green rain. It could never be painted over, and it could never be washed away. It could never be painted over, and it could never be washed away. So the next morning, when the little pig awoke, he found himself surrounded by a sea of green, except from him, because of the unpaint-overable paint the farmers had put him in. And he smiled to himself, and he thanked God that he would always be just a little bit peculiar. You like that one, don't you, Michael?